Hello people from Gunner Station, John here. Please, I would like to say something. Last video we had around 237 views and we had around 6 likes. So if you guys could please like the content, subscribe to the channel if you're new, that will help me a lot. Thank you so much. I want to kind of spread more of my views and thoughts more to a more broad Arsenal community, and I hope you guys can help me with that. So let's start, people. I don't want to talk a lot about that. If you like the video, please put a like. If you don't like it, put a dislike, and comment please. I'm gonna interact with you. Let's talk about David Luiz, something I want to talk about. So David Luiz, 33. So first thing we all thought about David Luiz, we all thought David Luiz came to Arsenal. He signed a 2-year deal, but it was a 1-year deal and then an option to extend the contract. So it looks like for now Arsenal's not willing to extend that contract. And honestly, if it was for me, of course we have Saliba coming, Pablo Mauri's 90% sure coming. Sorry people, same to Cedric Soares. I think those are decent additions. Cedric Soares is a decent for me. Mari, I wouldn't buy him. I am Brazilian. If you guys don't know, I've watched Mari in the Brazilian league. He's been decent there, but it's a totally different thing. Mari reminds me of a player like a Lewis Dunk, a tall guy, slow, really good on the ball. He's from Spain. That's what we expect from a guy who's from Spain. Good on the ball, technically gifted, and that's something Mari is. But slow, pretty slow on the air. He's pretty good. He's not that strong, something Dunk is. Dunk is also not fast, but defensive awareness is something I want to see from Pablo Mari, and that's going to be required way more in the Premier League compared to the Brazilian league. We have a lot of talents there. Technically it's a really decent league, but the dynamics, the pace is not something that fast, so I think Mari is going to have to adapt to that. Don't expect Mari to come here and have great games. It's going to be something that he's going to adapt to. He's also played in the Netherlands. He's also played in the 2nd division of Spain, which is something a little bit different from the Premier League, of course. So let's start with David Luiz. As we were talking, David Luiz expressed that he talked to the president of Benfica, that he would like to return to Benfica. He's already 33. For me, he's an important player on this team, and this season a lot of people cussing him. In my opinion, I think he's been decent. Of course, he's had 3 penalties that he committed. First, the one against Liverpool that I can remember. The second one, I think it was against Watford, if I'm not mistaken. And the third, it was against Chelsea, which for me was not his fault. He had to do something like that. Mustafi had a pretty bad mistake over there. So yes, people, he had a red card and 2-2 at the end. So yes, people, as I said, I think he has great leadership on this team. The pay cut, 12.5%, he was one of the leaders on that. Told a lot of players to take a pay cut. He was one of the leaders, him, Hector Bellerin. And that doesn't mean I'm not saying because of that he should stay. I think he's been a decent player. He's our oldest player on this team. He's 33 already. And in my opinion, he's helped Martinelli a lot on this team with the language barriers, which is something that can affect the player, people. It really can. If a player comes to a team and he's the only one who can speak that language, it's going to be pretty hard for him to adapt. Martinelli is 18 years old. It's not going to take him too much time to adapt to the language. The youngest you are, I think the best it's for you to learn English. So Martinelli, for me, in around 2 years time, he can speak a proper English, in my opinion. He's going to have also the help from players like Emiliano Martinez, of course. Players who speak Spanish, by the way. Pablo Mari speaks a little bit of Portuguese, can help him with that. And other players who speak Spanish, because it's a similar language, people, so that can help Gabriel Martinelli. But for me, we're gonna lose David Luiz for free. I would not sign Pablo Mari. I would rather us signing a player like Disasi, a player who is young, who has a potential, and I'm not one of those stats guy, but I think that it's really expressive that him playing for Rams he makes part of one of the best defensive units of Europe. So yes, people, I think I would sign Disasi instead and then sign another center back. Of course, we have also Saliba coming in. I would sell some other players as well in the center back position. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about David Luiz. A lot of people are against him, a lot of people in favor. I think a lot more people are against. in my opinion, as I said, I'm in favor. I think he's been decent this season since Arteta's came. I think he's been decent. I think he played 14 out of 15 games Arteta has been here. For me, good on the ball. For me, in my opinion, it's something that might be controversial for a lot of you. David Luiz with his passes, long distances, it's really good. If he had a player who was safe, absolutely safe, close to him, like let's say a player in that maybe Upamecano level, something like that, at least Upamecano level. If he had, for example, a player like Virgil van Dijk, which is something that's impossible for us right now, I think it would be absolutely great because Van Dijk would have the safety. He would we would be a lot safe with him because he can play anywhere on that defense. He can do well in any position he plays. Actually, he gives you that freedom to the other defender to do what he wants more, because defensively the guy is just a beast, and David Luiz is going to have more freedom to make that pass. And if David Luiz does a kind of mistake defensively, Virgil van Dijk is always there to recover, and Virgil van Dijk 99% out of 100, he's not going to make that mistake. So it's something that, for me, for example, if we had a player in that caliber, it would be something amazing in my opinion, but it's something controversial. David Luiz has his qualities, he has those mistakes too, which is why another center back would cover those mistakes, and that's something that works very well. For example, in the midfield, what happens to Xhaka and Torreira, one complement the other, and that's really what happens, people. I think, but yeah, we don't have a Virgil van Dijk. We're not going to get a player in that caliber, so that's not me being deluded. That's just an idea, of course. But I wouldn't be too against us getting rid of David Luiz. I think if we get rid of David Luiz, I think we're also getting rid of Socrates and who's the other guy? Mustafi, of course. At least those three, and I think he's going to have a little time to impress. He doesn't want to live right now. He wants to live in the future. But if he wants to stay here, he better prove us wrong and start doing well, because those next games are going to be essential. So yes, people, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Please like the video, like the content, or if you don't like it, dislike the video. Comment, please. I'll interact with you in the comments. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching Gunner Station. Let's go.